When the rumors of Carrie-Anne Moss returning as Trinity in the new Matrix movie began to circulate, we wondered how that would work. Trinity died near the end of Matrix Revolutions. Those rumors were later confirmed thanks to leaked footage from the set of The Matrix 4. Carrie-Anne Moss is indeed back, creating this new sense of doubt and confusion in fans if she is the same Trinity from the original trilogy, and how exactly did she come back from the dead. But recently, a theory has begun to resurface that claims that the Trinity we saw die in Matrix Revolutions was not the real Trinity, but a copy created by Neo. How is this possible? Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Before we begin today's video, we would like to announce our giveaway for the Matrix Movies Complete Collection on Blu-ray, which includes The Matrix, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions, and The Animatrix. All you have to do to participate is subscribe to this channel, leave a like on this video, and tell us in the comment section below which pill would you choose, the red or the blue, and why. The winner will be announced on September 15th. Good luck, and enjoy today's video. The origin of this theory can be traced back a few years ago. Originally published by forum user 7Hudden, this theory regained interest these past few weeks. The post states the following, and I quote, "Trinity died at the end of Reloaded. Neo reaches inside her chest inside the Matrix and restarts her heart. Then she comes back to life. It has been established that the reason you die in real life from a Matrix death is a hardcore nocebo effect. You think you were shot, and your body reacts accordingly. So if you die, you think that you died, and then your body makes you dead. So the whole reason why any of this works is because it is what you were consciously observing. Neo dies and comes back inside the Matrix because he was able to fully realize something imaginary causes him no physical harm, to an extent that other people cannot subconsciously get over. This is never said, but the second movie does all but directly state that this is how Smith resurrected himself. He recognized that he just didn't have to accept dying because what constitutes him is coding that exists in another system and has no reason to be affected by what happens to his Matrix avatar. The Oracle is able to inhabit a new shell when her body is destroyed between 2 and 3 because, like Smith, she was actually a program stored somewhere else, and the Matrix body is like a user interface. So these three overcame death in the Matrix is actual death by fully recognizing that the real them is not the them that's in the Matrix. But Trinity didn't do that. She was resurrected, except if everything in the Matrix works as a placebo effect, you have to be aware of it for it to work. She was clearly not conscious when Neo restarted her digital approximation of a heart. So how could she be tricked into thinking she came alive again? Because what came back wasn't really her. Neo created an artificial version of her, an approximation of how he saw her. In fact, he created an idealized fantasy version. Smith possessed a dude and came back into the real world in his brain. So there's precedent for a digital being to inhabit a living body, in the same movie no less. But back to something I said, the new Trinity is an idealized version. In the first two movies, her residual self-image, her idea of what look represents her, dressed in a shiny tight leather jacket and pants. In the third movie, post-resurrection, she dresses in a coat that is fitted at the top but flows out like a cape past the waist, distinct from a trench coat visually, if not in description. A shiny leather female equivalent of Neo's distinctive coat. She now dresses how he thinks is fashionable, not her original style. In the first movie, she completely breaks down when presented with the death of a man she barely knows but has a crush on. In the second, she doesn't think that saving the world is worth letting her boyfriend kiss another woman. She's somewhat emotionally immature. Come the third movie, she is as stoic and badass as she always tried to present herself. Absolutely no slip-ups. And in the third movie, when she gets killed again, she takes the time to correct her last words into something much longer and more emotional, and above all, extremely flattering to Neo. And, most damningly, in the third movie, she claims to be able to read his facial expressions. End quote. The theory of a Trinity copy is also presented in The Matrix Online. This MMORPG closed its servers some time ago, and its stories vanished with it. However, there is still websites dedicated to collecting and archiving every bit of information about the Matrix story and lore that spreads beyond just the films. According to the Matrix fandom wiki page, the story of Trinity in The Matrix Online is detailed as follows. Despite having died during the course of the third film, Trinity made a return to the series in the official continuation, The Matrix Online. Taking on a major role in the game's final chapters, it is revealed that she and Neo were actually the culmination of decades of machine research into translating human DNA perfectly into machine code, allowing them to interface directly with technology without the need for simulated interfaces. Originally developed by the Oracle, this program was called the Biological Interface Program and was strongly sought after by the oligarchy as the means to transfer their digital minds to physical bodies instead of mechanical androids they had developed. Without a physical form, the machines recovered her program from her dying body. Trinity takes the appearance of a floating figure made of golden code in the Matrix. Initially distraught by her condition, confusion, anger, and sadness being the prominent emotions expressed during her awakening after being freed from the oligarch network, she eventually finds solace in the fact her existence is the key to finally rebooting the Matrix and erasing the oligarch override control once and for all. She ultimately meets her end in the source of the Matrix, merging with a human inside the core of the machine code base itself, combining the three groups: man, machine, and program. This initializes the final reboot sequence, removing the oligarch control and allowing the machines to finally exist without fear of their cruel masters. This information sheds light on what the return of Trinity could mean for the Matrix 4. Beyond Neo creating a code version of Trinity when she was shot in Matrix Reloaded, this could prove that she, like Neo, has always been a computer program created by the machines. A surprising, yet depressing revelation if true. As stated many times before, we cannot know for sure if any of the Matrix stories outside of the original movie trilogy will be considered canon going forward. But it would be interesting to learn if both Neo and Trinity are the results of decades of research conducted by the machines to help them control humanity. But do you agree? Do you believe in the theory of Trinity being created by Neo? If you enjoy our content and are a fan of The Mandalorian and Star Wars, please subscribe to our other channel, Mandalorian Universe. There you will find daily news and theory videos about the hit show and of the Star Wars universe. For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.